Both guys super close.
Dean dropped. Round 11. Will he get to his feet?
He's really hurt.
He is badly hurt.
And Hatley
It's
is
time for the
They've got to stop the fight.
And the fight is over. Tony Mundine Sr. says that's enough.
Any chance that is your final fight?
It could be. Who knows? You know, I was to sit down, think about it, see what happens. Maybe not, maybe so.
Well, there's certainly someone who'd be watching who'd be very interested in your response to this question. Will you be fighting Danny Green in a rematch?
No, who knows, man? I mean, see what happens, you know? Like, if the deal's right, I'll probably be a lot better for, you know, have a heavier weight, but maybe not too heavy, but, you know, if I took that fight up, be right, you know, mentally and physically, all the way through the preparation. A lot of injuries, you know, I was in this preparation, didn't spar like I wanted to spar, didn't prepare like I wanted to prepare. I couldn't because of injuries and tendonitis to my elbow, but it's no excuses. You know, I mean, I did my best, and that's all I could do.
Yeah, not the night Anthony Mundine was hoping for. Paul Upham joins me to talk more about this. Now, Paul, we'll talk about his future in a little bit, but first let's start with the fight. And he had a horror second round, drop 3 times. Should the fight have stopped there, do you think?
Look, there's usually a 3 knockdown rule where the fighter's knocked down 3 times and the fight ends, but the referee will always give the local fighter, particularly, the opportunity to prove himself. Look, he did get back up the 3rd time, so it worked out okay this time, but if something had seriously happened to Anthony, if he was seriously injured later in the fight, people would have said, why wasn't it stopped in the 2nd round? The referee's taken that responsibility. Look, the doctor could have stopped the fight, the corner could have stopped the fight, but ultimately the referee's got that control and he let him continue, so the referee's taking that responsibility. And
pretty fair to say that we still saw plenty of fight in how Mundine recovered after that.
Look, no one doubts Anthony Mundine's courage and his determination and his heart. He showed it again. He's showed it many times in his career. But other people have to look after his health and safety. The fighters themselves, all boxers getting in the ring, they're never going to quit. They never want to give up. Other people have to make that decision in their best interest. And that's where the concern is in that 2nd round. And after 4th round, I thought the fight should have been stopped because Anthony's taking too many clean punches.
And he did last until the 11th, but what did you make of his finish, Paul?
Look, it just showed that he can't fight at that weight. Look, April last year against Joshua Clottey, we said the same thing in this studio, that he can't be going down to 70 kilos. I said yesterday in the preview, he's trying to do something that no one's ever done, 1 world titles in reverse order. Look, he mentioned himself after the fight. He would be much healthier and look much better with more weight on, a few more kilos, whether it's middleweight or super middleweight.
And if that's what we're now talking about with Green, to go up to, say, 80 kilos, do you think that fight will happen? He's alluded to it last night. We're thinking maybe it will happen next year.
This fight is actually instructive for Danny Green. Danny Green's fighting in a couple of weeks' time, and he's 42 years of age. If he tries to cut too much weight to come down and fight Mundine, because Mundine's going to try and grind him down to agree to a weight where Green is in a disadvantage. And if Danny Green at 42 has got to be careful, because the same thing could happen to him. We're talking 40-year-old fighters here. History is not kind to 40-year-old boxers. The fight probably shouldn't happen, but I'll be shocked if Anthony Mundine retires. He went straight from the NRL. He's always been a professional athlete. It's very hard for someone to transition to that next stage of life. I'd like to see the Australian government offer him a role in Aboriginal, with the communities to looking after, because he can inspire so many children around Australia, both female and male, and counsel them. That's what he should be doing. But he wants to be an athlete because it's a pretty cool thing to be.
Does Australian boxing need and want this fight, or do we need to just call it quits between these two?
If we're fair and objective, no, we shouldn't have this fight. 42 years of age. If someone gets seriously injured, people are going to say later on, why did we let this happen? Let's just retire, guys. Let's just move on. But we know it's going to happen because it's the most money both guys can make. And that's where the danger signs are.
All about the money, isn't it, Paul? Thanks so much for your thoughts.
Thank you.